Why it's important to be kind. Why it's important to be kind. That is going to be the subject that we're talking today. And we'll get started just in about 45 seconds. What I'm going to do is say hi to all my super chatters and also my inner circle and the rest of my subscribers. So, hi, Bill. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Bill. Happy birthday to Bill. Happy birthday, dear Bill. Bill. Happy birthday to you. Love and appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day and a better year. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Mary. Hi, Vernay. Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you on here. James, Dustin. Appreciate you guys so much. Hi, Kai. Matthew, my son. Awesome. Mr. Tier, John Tier. There, Scott Kloster. It's so cool to have you be a part of the. I just love and appreciate you. And Melody, I think I said Vernay already. Melody, I love and appreciate you. Hi, Scott McKinney, Arthur. Let me see, Chris, Mary, Lisa Marie, Linda. All right. So usually by the time I get through those people, it's ready to get started. So hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is Why It's Important to Be Kind. Why it's important to be kind. Now, I think that each and every one of us already realize the obvious. Of course, it's important to be kind. But a lot of people don't realize, just in a mental thought on a day to day basis, how much I'm just going to say me, right? How much I have a tendency of not being kind, being judgmental and thinking things, in my opinion, that are not very positive. They're sort of negative. And you see all this chaos that's going on in the world and all the propaganda and all the stuff that's out there. And everything is a habit, correct? So, sometimes I see people that, while they're watching something, especially in traffic, it's like, they're that so and so and that so and so. And what the heck's wrong with that so and so? You know what I mean? They're telling them they're number one. You know what I mean? And it's just this constant barrage of just not being kind, right? Not thinking good thoughts. So it's like a lot of people nowadays, I think, really, really, really struggle with I seen a post out there at one time, and it say, take the 30-day challenge. And it's like, don't complain. Don't complain for 30 days. How many of you think if there was a camera, that would be a good reality show, right? Maybe Mr. Beast would grab that on. So you got a camera that's following you around, and instead of like Squid Games where you run and stop and run and stop and run and stop to get all the money, it's the person that can go the longest without complaining, because complaining is not being kind. So we can find fault with everything. We can find fault sometimes in ourselves. That's probably the worst. You got Dino out there, right? And you got all these voices that are going on in your head, and it's like ping pong balls. And it's like, you're not kind to yourself. It's like, oh my God, I'm ugly. I'm look old. I got wrinkles, and oh my hair, it's just like we just are not kind to ourselves. And so when you're not kind to yourself, what do? Right? You're not kind to the people that you love. See, there's always this weird thing where sometimes we're more kind to strangers than the people that are closest to us. So we seem to be very patient, especially if you're building an organization or trying to be an influencer or build a group, like we are now with YouTube. It's like, it's what the hell's wrong with you? You know what I mean? What's wrong with you? Why can't you stop talking? See, sometimes we're very encouraging and we're great to other people, but sometimes we're not that way with our spouses. So sometimes, hey, Scott McKinney, thank you for being a super chatter. That money goes to children And I really, really appreciate you as children that don't have parents. So Scott McKinney, I love and appreciate you. For those of you that want to know what a super chatter is, down below on this, you'll chat, you'll see a square with a $sign. And if anything I'm saying to you is inspiring you or give you some knowledge or whatever, I use this platform to also take care of children because I got taken away from my parents and grew up in foster homes. So I just want to be betterment for other people. So currently support over 2,500 orphans, and that's awesome. Also, we have our inner circle members. If you see an IC next to their name, these are people that you can click on join for $9.99. And I just give a lot more to my inner circle members. We mastermind on stuff, and it's pretty awesome. So there we go. So we talked about that. But getting back to why it's important to be kind is that I know that some of you may or may not believe this, right? But in nature, what you give, you get. What you give, you get. And in nature, they call it for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So there could be a whole group of people that are going, I don't believe in that crap. That I don't believe in that crap. And so, well, guess what? You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to your beliefs. Me personally, I have seen in my life, because I get to come from both sides. A lot of the people don't know me. I shared in a inner circle, the way I grew up, the way I was, who I was, what I did. And there's so many people that go, there's no way. There was no way that you were like that. Well, guess what? I have a police record to show that. So, not kind at all. And I'll tell you why. I was not kind because from the time I can remember, I felt, which feelings are most important. I felt like I got dealt the worst hand, right? Because I'm like, the stuff that happened to me as a child shouldn't happen to any child, right? And I'm like in my mind going, why is this happening to me? And it's like, the abuse and every kind you can think of, and the neglect, and it's just awful, right? So in my mind, I got this sort of chip on my shoulder that even had this thought, want to talk about a different kind of mantra, you know what I mean? My mentality was, I might as well do something wrong or bad to you because there's not a doubt, you're going to do it to me. And so then we're even. And so, golly, man, I just did not like. And so here's something that I'll just say. Bill said, thank you so much, brother. I love you, Bill. Happy birthday. There's a giving person right there, right? It's his birthday. We should all be giving to Bill. And instead, Bill is giving to the cause. And I just love him so much. He's amazing. You go check out his page. Bill, I don't mind, probably can't do this, but if you wanted to post your birthday donation for autism, I know your grandchildren mean the world to you. And so, that's the deal. Well, again, talking about why it's important to be kind, right? So my philosophy is I've lived on both sides of the street. I've lived in both arenas. And, when you're constantly just trying to get over on everyone and, don't need to work, can just steal everything you need, and you're doing a bunch of things that are not kind, it's the opposite way, that stuff catches up to you. It just catches up to you. And I was able to pull it off for a long, 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 long time. More super chatters. Thank you, Katie, so much. And Melody Riva. Oh my God. I just love you. I love you. I love you. And so, I know this is going to be a shocker to some, but man, if I tell you who I am and I tell you everything about me, then you can't use it against me. Now I don't care. But, so I didn't get to graduate from high school and walk the stage. I got the credits to do it, But I got arrested and I already was sentenced. But no, I was already convicted because I pled guilty to a bunch of things, stealing a beer truck and having a class party, which I guess the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, don't think that's very cool. And so I had to go to federal prison. So they sentenced me to 5 years, 5 years, 2 to serve, 3 suspended. And so now I get to go to where all the unkind people are. So, you always hear there's honor among thieves, and it's true, man. There was more drugs and more crime inside the penitentiary than outside the penitentiary. It was like, oh my God. So, this is like, me getting to go to the not be kind university. So while I was in there, they say there's two things that can happen, right? You're living bad time, where you're a victim. And it was because I didn't have parents. And it was because, they were alcoholics. It was because I was being abused. It was because I was dyslexic. See, all these things that the world gave me as a bad situation gave me the right to act and feel like I was wrong. And so I just get to do that. It didn't take me long in prison before I realized, you know what? I don't want to serve. I don't want to serve bad time. Good time is something that you guys always heard from me, especially the inner circle members. Is good time is you have a vision of what you're going to do when you get out, and you're looking forward to the day that you're getting released and you get to go out and do something. So I had this vision, it's like, listen, I'm going to go to the North Dakota State College of Science. I'm going to be an automotive engineer. I'm going to, take off the black hat and I'm going to put on the white hat. And I'm going to be an upstanding citizen, and I'm going to do right. And I had this thing in my mind, and I hope you guys really get this. So I had a scales of balance, that they show the lady of justice because she's blind and she's got a scale of balance, right? So for the first 18, 19 years of my life, I had put a lot of stuff on the wrong side of the scales. And simple me believes that, okay, so now I get to put a bunch of stuff on the good side of the scales. And of course, my mentor introduced me to this book, The Greatest Miracle in the World by Og Mandino. Craig is so amazing and a super kind person, and he'll post it below. So all of a sudden, when I decided to go the extra mile, when I decided that I was going to be the person that put the smile on people's faces, that I was going to be the person that was going to be the kind person in people's lives, I like that existence better, because things started happening for me. Click, 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 click. And, there's this thing where I just believe that if I plant more seeds, if I do more good, that if I just do that. Now, does this mean nothing bad happens to you? No way. There's a lot of people I know, Lisa Marie and some other people. Man, I could do an hour video on just the people that took advantage of me. But I also can show you how much they stole from me, or con me out of, or scam me out of, and lawsuits and all kinds of ugliness, right? And I can show you where those people are today, if you can find them, and a couple, and then where I am in my life. So just because you decide to turn a new leaf, wow, I haven't heard that phrase in a while. Thank you very much. So when you decide to turn a new leaf in your life, it's like some of you heard me. It's I'm on my knee. I really don't have a strong connection with God or Jesus or any, thing. And I'm just like, listen, if you want me to go into the ministry or go all over the world or whatever, you got my attention. And I did one of those classic deals, right? I did one of those classic deals where, um, if you show me a way to serve, and the way to greatness is many. See, I didn't know any of these phrases. And all of a sudden, when I turned the leaf and I decided to focus, and one of the books Science of Getting Rich, and another book was something about you just had to have an audacious vision, a super audacious vision. And my vision was simple: is okay, I'm going to try to outgive God. And everybody goes, Robert, you can't do that. And I said, that's as big as I can think. that is as big as I can think. So if I just consistently learn and give those lessons and those wisdom and those ideas to other people, that if regardless if they do anything for me or not, if I just keep planting. So that's when I made that decision 36 years ago, and it works. It works. Now all of a sudden it's like things come to me before they actually get to the world, and I'll start teaching something, and then I hear other people come out and say it. And my belief of that is the growing awakeness that we having in the world, that whether you believe in God or not, I believe that he's not just going to give that to one person. So a lot of people that are looking for a way to make a bigger impact, to make a better world, to just make people's lives better. Are any of you, which by the way, it's a natural thing inside of us, trees grow, flowers grow, grass grows, animals grows, babies grow, pets grow. There's a natural thing inside your DNA that is doing one or two things. One, you don't see a reason for living anymore. And whether you commit suicide or you catch a disease, you're gone. See, your body's not looking forward, so you're starting to put the wrong energy in, and that immediately tells the living organism to basically die. It starts to decompose. That's where disease comes from. And there's a lot of people that are going to go, well, baby catches cancer. How do you explain that? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I'd rather be focused on something positive. See what I mean? So some people go where you're unrealistic and or you're optimistic and you're living in a daydream. Robert, this stuff doesn't. I'd rather live in this existence each and every day, making a conscious intent of doing better things for people and just believing, just believing. So if one person's out there not being kind to people and they're finding every way they can to troll and hurt people, they either can pull you to the dark side, Darth Vader, or you could go to, let the force be with you. Let the force be with you. You can fight the fight of good. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today. I just said, believe it or not, Matt and I always mastermind. So thank you so much, Matthew. One of the kindest people that I know as well. Learned that from his mother. His mother shared that with me. And it's like, man, if you just mentally, what if you could make a commitment, a declaration of independence, and just say, I'm going to stop being like everybody else. I'm really going to be the kind person, the encouraging person. I don't know if you guys have heard some of these statistics. We can check them all with AI now. But, between the age of birth and 18, the number of times that a child hears, no, don't do that. Don't touch that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Compared to an encouraging word. See, because when the kid's not doing anything wrong and the kid's just being good and in imagination and being kind, see, no one ever thinks then that would be a good time to go in and go, you know what? You're an awesome child. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? They never get encouragement for doing anything good. So by the time that you're 18, and now whether you go to college or not, now you got a whole nother group of people that say you're an idiot, that you don't know what you're doing, in the being bullied in school and made fun of because you're not part of one of the cliques. Do you guys think? I mean, I think it's pretty amazing. I really mean this. I think it's pretty amazing that we grow up even being functional at all. It's like, if you, because people know how to get attention talking about trauma. You know what I mean? Jody was telling us that yesterday in the inner circle. She's a special ed specialist, and she was getting the roughest kids. And, people do things that they're not supposed to do that might not be kind because they're striving and they're starving for attention. Because the world just doesn't know how to be kind. So that's my video for today. As a consciousness, am I being kind? Am I encouraging people? Am I saying nice things to them? Am I the light? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Am I sharing good stuff on my Facebook, or am I constantly talking and complaining about stuff that is out of my control? What if you could be the light in other people's lives? See, that's what I think singing does. That's what I think music does. You know what I mean? Are there, in my opinion, Darth Vader sides of music? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because there's some music I listen to and I go, I can't listen to this anymore. And then there's other music that lifts me and makes me feel better and makes me smile and gives me chicken skin, or some people call it goosebumps, and it brings water to my eyes. It gives me joy. It gives me a reason to give that to other people. So a lot of you will always see, if you're part of my following at all, I'm sharing with you songs that make a difference to me. I share with you songs and movies. I just recently was telling my inner circle and yesterday about, this documentary that we watch, Arnold, you know what I mean? And it's just like, and what's amazing about watching a documentary is you watch people's lives go up and down. You know what I mean? Good times, bad times, good times, bad times, and so, yeah, I think you guys understand. Deborah, thank you so much for being a super chatter. I love and appreciate you so much. And so that's what I'm going to share with you guys. I love and appreciate you. Don't listen to people that say, he doesn't even know you. How can he love you? Well, if other people can figure out how to hate you and be annoyed with you, I can figure out how to love you and appreciate you. So, let's go out there and be the change that we want to see in the world. You know what I mean? Do me a huge personal favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell, bing, 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 so you're notified when we're doing Facebooks. And we do a lot of stuff during the week. We keep adding more and more stuff. We do podcasts on Tuesdays. We do the inner circle stuff on Thursdays where you can join. We do all kinds of things to build a community of people with like minds that we believe and we will make a huge, huge difference in this world. So if no one ever gave you permission to be fulfilled and happy, let me be the first. My mentors did that for me. All the stuff that I learned that I didn't like about myself, now I wake up and I love myself and I appreciate myself, and I'm just like, I can do more. I can constantly make a bigger impact in more people's lives. So that's why it's important to be kind. Take care. We'll talk to you on the next video. And oh, by the way, a quick plug. Tomorrow at this time, 12 o'clock Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern, we're doing an Ask Me Anything on this same channel. You'll look for it. It'll be programmed, but we'll adjourn here, and you can come on live. And we got a Zoom link that we connect with people. But Craig is such an incredible, kind person. He watches the chat as well, and our YouTube live. And but you can come on live on Zoom and ask me any question about anything, and I will do my very, very best to serve you, help you with whatever you need. And that's the way I'm gonna do my best to live the rest of my life. So again, take care, have a great day, and see you on the next video. You can do it. You can definitely do it.